What's up everyone, Mr. Noob2Gamer, and today we're going to be doing something really different on the channel. We're going to be playing some Battlefield Bad Company. And no, not Battlefield Bad Company 2, the first Bad Company game. And don't mind me, I'm just trying to figure out how to actually run a vehicle in this game, because I never played this game back when it came out, so the gameplay you're seeing right now is like my first or second game. And I gotta say, playing this game for the first time in the year 2020 is a very trippy experience. So I'm playing this on the Xbox One through backwards compatibility, because usually I enjoy playing my Battlefield games on PC, but this game was never released on PC. It was only released on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. So I have my Xbox One, it has backwards compatibility, so I'm able to play this game on the Xbox One, but yeah, you're gonna have a hard time accessing this game if you don't have an Xbox One, if you don't have a PS3 or a 360. It was not released on PC. It probably never will come out on PC because the game is just really old, and I don't think there's too much demand for a PC release for Bad Company 1. A lot of people in the PC community are very fond of Bad Company 2. I mean, me personally, that was my first Battlefield game, and I still think it's the best Battlefield game ever made. But you don't hear a lot of conversation about the game that came out before, about Bad Company 1. This was the first major console release for the Battlefield series. Yeah, we had Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, which was on the original Xbox, the PS2, and the 360. But Bad Company was really the beginning of a transition for the Battlefield series to really accommodate the consoles, because it really was mostly a PC experience and made for PC. But you could tell by playing this game, Bad Company, that this game was made for the consoles. From the very clunky controls to the weapon layouts, I mean, this really feels like a 2008 console experience. It's just weird going back to this game, especially since I never played the game before, so I'm not really going back. I'm playing it for the very first time. And, ooh, it's definitely an experience. It's very weird, but I don't know. I don't think I had a lot of fun playing this game, to be honest. And in this gameplay, you're gonna see that I'm not very good at the game because I'm just not good. I also don't like this game mode, the Gold Rush game mode. I really don't like it. They have Conquest, but no one plays it because you have to install the DLC. The DLC is free, but people still aren't installing the DLC. So, oh man, like this game mode, I'm just not a big fan of, the Gold Rush game mode. And it's just so frustrating, especially if you're a defender. So in this one, I'm attacking, but if you're defending, I mean, it's just a nightmare because people just shoot rockets, shoot grenades, and that could just destroy the crates pretty easily. And the destructible environments, I mean, you could see in this game, this really was the most destructible Battlefield game to be ever released at the time. Like, it was 90% of the environment was destructible, and this really was the beginning of that Battlefield formula of the destructible environments. Like, Bad Company series really is what defined the destructible environments in the Battlefield series. So, yeah, I mean, that's one thing that's definitely great that they innovated with this game, that you could definitely appreciate whether you like the game or not. It's definitely a hard time to enjoy, I have to say. And I'm not trying to say, oh, Bad Company sucks, it's a terrible game. I think, you know, it's a game that we should talk a lot more about because of its contributions to the Battlefield series. And you could see, looking at the menu, that, yeah, in 2020, a lot of people are still playing this game. So it supports up to 24 players, and you usually have like 20 players to 24 players. Like, it varies. It also depends on what time you're playing the game. So I was recording this gameplay on a Friday night, peak hours, and a lot of people were playing this game. So if you're thinking about playing this game in 2020, like, you shouldn't have to worry about finding a match unless you're a Conquest fan and you hate this game mode, which I do. Yeah, matchmaking's going to be a bit of a pain because they only put you in Gold Rush matches. As far as the single player goes, I mean, that really was the bread and butter of this game. And the single player still holds up to this day. Obviously, the shooting mechanics, you know, are a different story. I mean, you could see, you know, it's a little clunky, like me trying to shoot. Like, it's not very precise, and I just have to do a lot of aiming. And they don't really have a whole lot of aim assist in this game, so that might also be a bit of a trippy experience because it really is just you aiming with your gun and trying to get the kill, and it's not very, you know, it's a bit strange, and it's not the most comfortable gaming experience, and the user interface is also a little janky. So, you know, just expect all of that to happen. Like, if you're playing Bad Company in 2020, if you want to come back to it or play it for the first time, which I did. Now, I'm a Battlefield veteran. I played most of the Battlefield games. I haven't played Battlefield 2 because the server shut down, but I can play the game since I'm on PC. Like, they revived it or something, so I might have to check that out. But, you know, I played every Battlefield game from Bad Company 2, I'm sorry, from 1943 until Battlefield 5. So I guess I could consider myself to be a Battlefield veteran. Yeah, I mean, playing this game, though, I never played it because I had Bad Company 2 on the PS3. I didn't really know much about this game because the game was kind of like, people already moved on to Bad Company 2, I guess. But I guess there's still a lot of people that haven't moved on and they're still playing this game. I guess, I don't know if a lot of these people are backwards compatible or if they're on the 360, but I have a feeling that backwards compatibility definitely played a huge role in the game still having a healthy player base, considering that it's 12 years old. I had an easier time, by the way, finding a game in Battlefield Bad Company on the Xbox than Call of Duty World at War on the Xbox. And I'm mentioning World at War specifically because those two games, Bad Company and World at War, came out in the same year, 2008. And I have an easier time finding a game of Bad Company than finding a game in World at War. Now, maybe the Battlefield Bad Company just has a better matchmaking system, but I don't know. I had a really hard time finding a game in World at War, and even games like Black Ops that can get into a game right away, and Black Ops is definitely not known for its amazing connection. So, yeah, I mean, I just love going back and playing old games, and this is one of the games that I missed back in its prime, and I never really played it back in the day. So playing this game in the year 2020 was definitely a very fascinating experience. I don't know if I want to come back. I think I definitely want to finish the single player because that really, I played a little bit of it, and the humor in that, the writing was fantastic. You just have to get through the janky controls and the weird layout of the game, which really, it was just the time it was released in. You know, people were just trying to figure out first-person shooter games for consoles. I mean, you've had them in the 6th generation, but really the 7th generation is where console FPS games really started to shine, and you know, people are still trying to figure out you know, how to really make an effective console experience for a first-person shooter game, and I think they nailed it completely with Bad Company 2, and that still remains my favorite Battlefield game. But I have to say, like, that game is so much better on PC, and I think this game might have been a little bit better if it was released on PC, just because you could have more control with the mouse and keyboard. Especially with the mouse, you can move around much faster, and it's a lot less weird and jittery. Like, you could just, you know, flick your mouse and you can aim, and it would be a lot more pleasant of an experience, I think, if that game was on PC. But hey, it is what it is. The game's never come to PC. If you want to play it, either get an Xbox One, 360, PS3, whatever, but you know, it's a console game, and it is what it is. And that's what I was talking about. Like, people are just blowing up. Like, it doesn't affect me because I'm the one that's attacking, but like, people are just shooting grenades, and it's just so unfair if you're defending. So it could be a bit of an unpleasant experience trying to play the Gold Rush, especially if you're defending. I mean, the matches are just so lopsided. If you're an attacker, it's just so easy to eventually win the match. Like, I've played probably about 5 games, you know, maybe not a whole lot, but enough to notice a pattern that every single game that I've played in Bad Company, the attackers have always won. So, it might not be as fun for you. The destructible environments, though, are amazing. The gunplay can be satisfying at times, but it could also be a bit frustrating because you're trying to aim, and, you know, maybe that's just a controller problem. I think it's actually much better with the Xbox One controller than the 360, so it might be a little bit better on the Xbox, but on the Xbox One, but it's not enhanced. The graphics aren't enhanced on the Xbox One X or anything like that, or you know, don't expect anything like that. It's still running at 30 frames, and you know, it's a good experience, I guess, but it can also be kind of frustrating at times with the controls and everything. So just keep that in mind. But I would say, do I recommend this game? It's $15, okay? So $15 isn't that unreasonable for a game that came out 12 years ago. I mean, $15 is still, it's an okay price, right? You know, maybe if it was like a little cheaper at $10, I'd be like, hell yeah, definitely go for it. But I still think $15 is an okay price, where even if you just hate this game and you're just like, oh, this game is terrible, I think just for the decent writing of the campaign and the humor and everything, like, it really is. The game has a great atmosphere, right? It was definitely the campaign is definitely something that's worth playing even just for the $15. But you also have multiplayer, so I would just say I recommend you picking this game up. Just don't come in with very high expectations. Like if you loved Bad Company 2, don't come in expecting another Bad Company 2, because this is the game that set the foundation for Bad Company 2, and I feel like the rest of the Battlefield series, like Battlefield 3 and everything, and Battlefield 4, like with the Levolution and the destruction and everything, like this game is really what defined the destruction in the Battlefield series. But just don't have very high expectations if you decide to play this game, if you never played it before. And if you have played it before, just keep in mind that the game might not be as great as you remembered it, considering that it hasn't aged particularly well. And you have a lot of that. You have a lot of that where, like, you kill each other at the same time. So the time to kill is very interesting in this game. You know, the overall balancing. And the weapon unlock system is pretty easy. You know, it's not that bad. I mean, I unlocked a couple weapons relatively quickly. And the squad system is pretty solid. So, you know, that you've expected from the Battlefield series is very much there. But, yeah, it's definitely a very trippy experience. It definitely is. You know, I'm trying to shoot, and I don't really feel very satisfied, like, trying to kill these enemies. Like, it just doesn't feel very responsive, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, I mean, it's a decent experience still in the year 2020 if you come in knowing that, you know, it might not be the experience that you might be used to. But it definitely did do a lot for the Battlefield series. The destructive environments, everything that you've come to love from the series is very much there. So, you know, it's definitely very cool to come back and play it and realize, like, you know, how the Battlefield series used to be. You know, kind of like going back to the old Call of Duty games. And I just, the building blew up and I blew up also. Yeah, the game could be very crazy. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about Bad Company in the year 2020. Have you played this game recently? Have you never played the game before? Maybe you haven't played and you're thinking about coming back. What memories do you have with Battlefield Bad Company? And if you want to play together, I mean, I'm definitely down to play. Definitely finding friends to play with Bad Company 1 is probably going to be very difficult. But hey, add Mr. Noob 2 Gamer on Xbox Live and I'll play with you. No, why not? Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you all later. Bye.